my wife was pregnant and my son had two markers for Down syndrome.
Hmm.
And they wanted to do amniocentesis,
Mhm.
an additional test that comes with a lot of risk. And I was like, no. I asked the doctor, I said, what's the percentage of folks who don't carry on pregnancies when they have Downs? He said 100%.
It's really
And
hard.
so there's some emerging research that talks about the potential risk being the same thing with autism. We're going to see a major function in that particular genetic, whatever results might be, parents or folks use it as a mechanism for weeding that out. And so that's just
Before you,
something that makes me cringe when I think about it. And I haven't thought about other potential good uses for that. So if you can speak to that a little bit.
and the percentage of parents who decide not to then have a child with Down syndrome is quite high. It's
Mm.
the number of parents who decide to have an abortion. And the question is, if we ever have a genetic test for autism and parents are told, when they're pregnant, there's your chances your kid's going to go on and develop autism when they start making those same kinds of decisions. I'm not a geneticist, but I don't think we're anywhere close to having autism is so complicated. We know very little about the genetics of autism, even with all the autistic people running around and the genetics we have. So I don't know. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. But I know a lot of autistic people are having this conversation and wondering if genetics in general, doing genetics research in autism, if will lead to having blood tests and those kinds of things for autism where parents will have to think about and make those kinds of decisions. I think that the I don't know the best way to counter it, Lonnie. I mean, get first. I don't know if we'll ever get there because autism is way more complicated than Down syndrome in terms of a genetic basis. We know the genetic markers or chromosomes involved in Down syndrome. We don't have that kind of knowledge, and autism is way more complex. But I think that part of that is just developing a counter narrative that autism is not a death sentence. There are a lot of people who live wonderful, productive, fulfilling lives as autistic people, right? And just allowing parents to see that this is not, your child can have a great, great life, right? As an autistic person. But then also, how do we as a society, like our acceptance of people with disabilities, our willingness to put in supports for people with disabilities